Coming up, workers on a new 7-acre landscape try to serve up a winner with a pool, 3 waterfalls, even a full-size tennis court. But local building inspectors aren't playing.
We cannot build tennis courts, what they consider in the front yard.
Crews will have to rally to finish by move-in day.
I'll tell you, there's nothing like a deadline to motivate you, you know?
Or it could be game over for Roger and Connie's dream landscape. See which way the ball bounces on Groundbreakers. I'm Justin Cave. Welcome to Groundbreakers. I am fired up. We have a huge landscape project, and it starts right now. It may be a cool spring morning, but things are about to heat up for this work crew. They're spreading a huge load of hot asphalt, 325 degrees and steaming as it hits the ground. Then it's rolled out and flattened until it's perfectly smooth. It looks like the start of a 4-lane highway, but the only traffic on this blacktop will be sneakers and serves. It's a brand new tennis court right in the front yard of a massive home that's been under construction for over a year. If you want a full-size tennis court in your yard, you got to have a lot of space. Luckily, Roger and Connie do with the 7 acres they're building their beautiful new home on. Talk about moving up in the world. It was actually a lack of space that started this whole project. Roger and Connie told me all about it a few months ago. And the story starts at the house Roger and Connie are leaving, just 5 miles down the road.
It's been really a kind of a cozy backyard, if you will, and a lot of great memories back here, Justin. I mean, the place
looks like one right here.
Oh yeah. We got Robert's autograph here on the fort.
This was a great yard for when they were small, but now they're 14 and 12. They need a bigger space, and so of course, they've outgrown the swing set and they've outgrown the trampoline.
Tell me about the little luxuries that you guys are looking for in your new landscape.
Well, one of the first things I think about, Justin, is how much we all enjoy being outside.
We're putting in a waterfall feature in the backyard because I love to hear the water running.
It's very soothing and relaxing and eases the mind.
That's right. And but we're going to have actually 2 waterfalls. We've got a pool.
Why didn't you say so? Those are the luxuries that I'm talking about.
That's right. Well, we also have a waterfall that comes off the pool as well. So we've got some major water running in that
Cascades right down in the pool.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We also have like a spa area, and then the spa also pours into the pool as well. So we've got like 3 water features in that backyard.
All right, John, you're the man with the plan. Let me see what you have.
Here's obviously the entrance to the garage. Here is the spot for the water feature. When I first met Roger and Connie, she said, if I want one thing, I want a waterfall.
That's the same thing she said to me the first time I met her. It's funny you said that. So, in essence, the waterfall and the staircase is going to help transition from the driveway to the pool area.
Exactly.
And then moving up here, we've got the pool, the hot tub, and then the fire pit, which is another big item right here.
Exactly. They want to entertain family, friends. So in addition just to the space around that, we've got a stacked stone wall, kind of a seat wall here that'll be just real casual for additional seating and kind of make that space seem intimate by kind of enclosing it a little bit without doing a tall wall.
And then plants throughout. But Roger's excited about something else he's got planned for the new landscape.
One of the new things we're going to get at the new house is a tennis court.
What? A tennis court?
Absolutely.
So you guys are going to have a tennis court and a swimming pool.
Absolutely.
So are you guys building a YMCA or a house here? Tell me the truth.
Well, maybe a little bit of both, yeah. We like our house to be the place where the kids want to be. So we want our boys to want to be there as well as all their friends.
It sounds like that's definitely the place where the friends are going to want to be.
I wasn't too sure about the tennis courts though.
John, the one thing I don't notice on this plan is the tennis courts.
Actually, it's off the plan about 200 feet below the garage, kind of
in this area here.
More or less. And of course we got 7 acres, and Connie did not want the tennis court to be really seen that much. And as it turns out, because the driveway wasn't straight with a nice meandering driveway, kind of swoops around to the left and back towards the house, it kind of left a very large wooded area to sneak that thing in over there.
My concern about the tennis courts was they would have to take a lot of trees down in order to place it.
That's been a constant crusade for Connie ever since construction on the house began.
The first thing I did was I went to the bulldozer guy and I said, don't hit my trees. And I've stressed that to our architect guy, and I've stressed it to all my bulldozer guys and any guy that comes in there with the trucks. I told him I love my trees, do not hit the trees.
John knows his crews can work around the yard's existing trees with no problem. What he's not so sure of is how the waterfall leading into the backyard will really look.
I'm going to get some great ideas for the guy that helps me build this. I'm not going to be the final answer guy on this, and just kind of use his ideas. And we've got what we need here, which is the elevation change, which is going to make it loud, give it the great sound that you can hear from inside the home and on the pool deck and that kind of thing. So we'll play with that.
So just roll with the punches and go with the flow.
That's right.
And those punches start coming right away. An excavator is on site to start digging for the swimming pool, but its first job is knocking down one last troublesome tree. John, Roger, and pool contractor Dan Hanekamp all agree that the tree needs to go. But who's going to be the one to tell Connie?
I made the call. We'll see what Connie has to say later. So, but it's gone now.
Soon, excavation for the pool begins, and Dan anxiously watches the first few scoops. If they hit anything other than plain dirt, it could be a long, difficult dig.
It looks great. It's good red soil. We didn't get into any rocks. We did hit a couple little snags. Made me nervous for a minute, but we're good. Knock on wood, or knock on rock.
But when we come back,
we did run into a little bit of a wrinkle.
And that forces a first-day flip-flop on the entire backyard. Then later, someone makes a bad impression on Connie.
We got a slight problem.
Day one on Roger and Connie's 7-acre landscape starts with a new pool. The plan shows the deep end closest to the house, with the spa, beach entry, and fire pit further away. But what the crew is digging is the exact opposite. It's not a mistake, just a major change of plans.
We did run into a little bit of a wrinkle. The setback line is a little further than we anticipated, so we have to be 75 feet off of that back line. So in order to maintain that and not shift things so far that way, John and Dan looked at a version of flipping the plan.
And really, I think it's going to be even better in a way, because you're going to have some of the nice features of the pool be a little bit closer to the main part of the house.
Even though swim season is a long way off, Roger and Connie need to make some decisions now about the pool's finer details.
This is a nice deco tile that you could use.
Yeah, maybe put it like every other tile or something like that. Just kind of spice it in there a little.
That's an idea. But how much does one of these tiles run?
These are a little bit more expensive than the regular tiles, so you might want to go maybe every 5th tile.
Okay, that sounds better. Yeah, that sounds good.
You know, it's a little hard to envision all this without a little bit of water to go with
Hey,
it.
it's gonna be a couple months before we're getting water in the pool, so try to use your imagination.
Use Justin's shirt as an
That's right, there it is.
Okay.
Water.
Oh my eyes. After 2 full months of chipping, setting, and cutting stone, the results are starting to show on the pool and spa. Even the fire pit's circular seating wall is complete. Next up is a boulder waterfall set on the edge of the pool's deep end. The rocks here are bigger, and so are the muscles needed to put them in place.
Feels like a 300-pounder.
But for a job like this, it takes more than brawn, it also takes an artistic eye.
There's no set plan to these waterfalls. It's just as you go, you'll find a rock, you'll place it, and the next rock will kind of just find its way into the holes.
Before long, 12 tons of rock have been pieced together to create the new waterfall. Here we are, another day in paradise. Nothing like concrete in the morning. We're at the 4-month point of this project. We got a lot of work going on. Let's go see what's happening. Today, a plain concrete driveway is getting dressed up with color and texture. It's done with big rubber stamps. They're carefully positioned and then walked on to transfer the pattern onto the wet concrete underneath. Connie, we got a lot of different textures with the concrete out here. We got 2 different stamps and colored concrete. It's looking really nice. I mean, this is a stamp, but it gives the appearance of a cobblestone, and it's coming together really nicely.
Yes, I think it is. I think it's better looking at something with a little design in it than just looking out here at just gray concrete.
I agree. I saw a couple things up here I thought you might want to see since I'm the foreman on site. Let's go check it out.
Uh-oh.
Well, there it is, Connie. There's the culprit right there. You know, I've seen this happen before, but usually it's like a neighborhood dog or a bird.
Yeah.
But that looks like a size 3 heel right there.
It does. It's a
Wait, let me
small
see the
thing.
bottom of your feet.
Well, it wasn't me. I know it wasn't me.
Hey, look, there's the concrete guys right there.
Oh, well, let's see if we can get them to come up here and see what their reaction's going to be to that. We got a slight problem.
You know, that one looks like a lady.
That's what I said. That's
Hey,
exactly what
wasn't
I
me.
said.
Tráete un cepillo tú, la escoba.
That means the broom. Because the concrete hasn't fully hardened, it's a quick fix. And the mystery woman with the size 3 heel gets off scot-free. But there's still a lot of concrete left to pour. Over 300 yards to get to the street. That's more than 33 fully loaded trucks. And since nothing else can happen until that's done, it's a good time to go plant shopping. I know you like to shop, Connie. I know you like to shop.
Oh, yeah, I love to shop. Love to shop. Oh, look at these. I like the hydrangeas. Yeah.
Are you gonna film this?
I
You got the homeowner cam.
Yeah, I got the homeowner camera, and I've got to film this so Roger will see what all I'm picking out to put around our house.
You guys want to look in this house over here?
What do we have?
That's actually a native plant there, Florida anise.
What about the maintenance on these, John?
That's the question of the day, isn't
I know, it is. Well, you have to understand, if I can kill cactuses, I can kill anything.
We're putting it in the right place. The plan is to put it in the edge of the woods where it's going to be really at home, getting some shade. So you're really not going to have anything to worry about, I don't think.
Okay.
Everything may be coming up roses at the nursery, but when we come back, there's trouble blooming as Roger and Connie get shut down.
We cannot build tennis courts, what they consider in the front yard.
It could be game, set, match when local coach threatened to turn the tennis court into a 7,000 square foot headache. For months, crews have been building Roger and Connie's dream home and tricking out the 7-acre spread with all the bells and whistles. The swimming pool and spa are in, but today workers are finally getting started on one of Connie's big must-haves, a realistic mountain waterfall. Boulders are delivered and Connie's rolling tape as it happens.
We have the little problem with our rock guys. They were taking the tractor in the back and the tractor got stuck. This is where the tractor got stuck. So they had to just drop the rocks down to get the tractor out.
Tony Sargent leads the crew in putting the pieces together.
Ease it down right there.
Tony wants a natural look, but he's just as concerned with how the twin waterfalls will sound.
Then when they join, you'll have a big flow of water, and that'll make a whole entirely different sound. So each one of these creeks should have different sounds going on. So you get different tones and different pitches like you'd hear in the woods.
So let's get rockin'. Time for me to take the controls for a while. Favorite thing about the Trackco here is it's a very versatile machine on the job site. Got the bucket for digging, scraping, snatching, then you got the blade here too, moving dirt, boulders, material, grading as well. Meanwhile, crews are out front serving up Roger's tennis court. It all starts with gravel, 175 tons of it. Then a high-tech motor grader spreads it out and fine-tunes the fall. The machine's blades are actually controlled remotely by a laser, creating a perfect 1% drop for drainage across the entire court. When the asphalt goes down, things are moving full steam. It comes out as smooth as glass. If crews had skimped on the prep work, it would be obvious now.
This is a fully loaded truck. You got 61,000 pounds, and that base is not even moving a quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch really. So that's how you tell you get a good job.
That was mid-April, but when June 1st rolls around, it's still just sitting there. Apparently, the court has been ruled out of bounds.
They got started on the tennis courts, and then we found out later that that we cannot build tennis courts, what they consider in the front yard. Now we're thinking this is the side yard.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but anyway, we're having to work out all those little details with the county, and so right now we're on hold.
By the weekend, Roger and Connie are getting a first-hand look at how some other areas are turning out.
Got the waterfall finished, just got to get the water in it.
Yeah, it's turned out to be pretty terrific, I think.
Only concern is that we got the air-conditioned vents right here, and we get to listen to that run.
Maybe it'll be a soothing sound.
Yeah.
Maybe the water will overcome it.
Hopefully.
But that theory will have to wait to be tested, because Roger and Connie's move-in day is just hours away. John, what are we doing out here?
Well, we got a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, we're putting out the sod today.
We got pressure washers, guys hammering, sod getting laid.
I'll tell you, there's nothing like a deadline to motivate you, you know?
After weeks of volleying back and forth with county inspectors, Roger and Connie have been given the green light on their tennis court. Work resumes with a black chain link cage that will surround the tennis court. Then the lights go up on 26-foot tall stanchions, and finally paint. To help camouflage the court, we'll plant trees, big, fast-growing evergreens around the perimeter. They're the final plants going into the yard, so the crew lets me do the honors. We want to get a good depth. We want the crown of the tree just barely exposed. We want to dig the hole about twice the width of the root ball itself, scratch up the root ball, get some good dirt in there, get it tamped down nice and tight, no air pockets, and hopefully we'll have a good success rate with this tree. And after a long, hot day of digging, nothing's better than some cool water. And I know just where to find plenty of that. Cannonball! Oh yeah, this is what summer's all about. When we come back, the finished landscape is finally ready for action. See what kinds of surprises were put in at the 11th hour.
But even the builder said, you know, this is really their front yard.
And find out how things got rocky when one last-minute surprise showed up on the pool deck. This project began with the house being built on 7 wooded acres. Over the next 8 months, crews dug, rocked, graded, and paved to create a pool and spa, waterfalls, and a tennis court. Now the homeowners have their own little hideaway in the woods. John, the landscape looks great. Kudos, hats off to you.
Isn't this exciting? This is a fun time.
You really did a great job. I mean, the entryway is set back off of the road, so we got a whole landscape right here before we even enter the gates.
Exactly. Kind of gives you a sense of what's to come. Plus, it's more inviting. I mean, think about most people put their gate right on the street and kind of closes people
It kind of just baits everybody from the road. They wish they could come through the gates, you know?
Exactly.
John, let's talk about this driveway.
Yeah, it's a great windy feel. It goes along with kind of the casual elements of being woodsy and that kind of thing.
I'm really in love with this part of the yard, John. It looks great. It's almost like walking through a park.
Right. Some say with shade garden. I mean, it's probably the shadiest area on the property. But even the builder said, you know, this is really their front yard. And after we all talked about it, we decided to just address it as such.
Absolutely.
Wanted to keep stuff very low. As you come down the driveway, your eye comes right across the space to the front door. So it needs to look pretty nice.
But of course, the real star of the show is Connie's backyard. I think the backyard really gets the blue ribbon. She's got a lot of different design elements out here. Tell me about what you did.
Well, when we first met, one of the biggest things she told me, she says, John, I want a water feature. And
she got one.
She got it. I'm gonna tell you. And really, part of the fun of design build too is tweaking it as you go. And as you can see, this splits off. Originally, we were just gonna have it down one side, but we looked at the size of the space and said, hey, let's split this thing off.
So now she's got 2 waterfalls with a bridge. It just disappears right at the end too.
Sure.
It's great.
Not only does it kind of mask the sound of the AC units kind of in the background, but as it goes over this edge here, these plant materials eventually grow together in 3 years. You won't even see the end of it at all.
Congratulations, guys. The job is finally done. I gotta ask you, are you gonna miss the crews and all the equipment?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
We still have them in the house, but hopefully getting them out slowly
Doing
too.
all the finishing touches?
Yes, they are.
Well, the backyard looks great. My favorite part of the pool right here is the beach access.
We like this because we have a lot of little ones in the family, and the mothers can come and slide their chairs in the beach.
Roger, what's the thing on the end here?
That would be our dive rock.
It certainly is.
We talked about having one of those early on. We knew we didn't want a diving board, but something to jump off of into the pool, obviously. And when it got here, though, it turned out to be a lot bigger than we initially thought.
And a different color, too.
Well, how'd they light it up? Did they just brush it, or?
They brought some rock paint. Never seen rock paint before?
I never have. It's got a good flat surface. Let me try it out.
Okay.
Here we go. Swan dive.
Double somersault.
How about the back flip?
Backwards.
Right,
yeah.
here we go.
There you
That's
go.
you got it.
This thing's hollow.
Yes,
This isn't a real rock?
It's not a real rock.
So that's how they got it down here.
It's a dive rock.
But what really makes a splash with Roger is his new tennis court, even if Connie and the county weren't crazy about it at first. Roger, you got your tennis courts. Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, this was part of our initial planning.
Your initial planning. I remember what
that's
Connie
true.
was saying.
Yeah, she was a little worried about the tennis court, the number of trees we'd have to take down to make it happen. And we did. We had to take some trees down, but we went back and planted some around the perimeter as well to give a nice natural shading.
Absolutely.
So I think it turned out great.
What do the boys think about the tennis courts?
They like it a lot too. We were out here playing last night.
A little bit of doubles?
But yeah, we did. We had doubles going. So
who's the pro around here?
I tell you, the boys are coming on pretty strong.
Are they?
They really are.
How's your serve?
They can't quite take me yet.
Okay.
I still put it on them, but we have fun.
It may be fun now, but with all the problems along the way, it wasn't always fun getting to this point. Or was it? You guys, this was a long project, lots of challenges, lots of setbacks. Roger, what was the hardest part?
You know, it was a long project, Justin, but I enjoyed every step of it.
There wasn't
really
one
did.
part that just gave you a headache?
I tell you, not for me.
So would you guys do it again?
No.
No?
Yeah, but you know, we did have a good time working on it together.
Yeah.
It's funny, about 20 years ago, we had a little personality test that kind of confirmed that we were made to work together.
That's
so,
Perfect match.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, it has been a lot of fun. Thanks for letting us tag along for the ride. Maybe I can come over and work on my serve with you sometime, Roger.
You got an open invitation.
And thank you for joining us on Groundbreakers. See you next time.